I think all the coaches that we brought in, especially Kliff, it provided such great excitement. I think not only to our team, our university, our fan base, but obviously in recruiting. You're talking about one of the more brilliant offensive minds there is in the country, and for him to be a USC Trojan, it was great to be able to walk Coach Kingsbury into homes. His personality with kids is dynamic and does a wonderful job, and he's one of the reasons we're going to have a lot of success down not only right now but down the stretch in this recruiting class. He does a wonderful job one-on-one with kids.
What can you share about how that courtship came together? Did he reach out to you guys? Did you pursue him? And
he was one that when they let the Texas Tech staff go, and I decided to make a change. He was the first one on my list. He was literally the first name, and I reached out to him, and in credit to him, I mean, he was me. He was like, Coach, this is a special place, and I know how special it is. Had the opportunity to bring him out to sit down. I wanted to see if it would be a fit for him and a fit for us, and it was. I mean, it was natural. It was something that he's always wanted to be able to do, to be at this place with these type of athletes and his system. So it was really a beautiful marriage, to be honest with you. It was something that was a great fit.
Was there any tension for you guys as the rumors about NFL jobs were mounting during that waiting period?
No, I said, at the end, he said, Coach, if I decide to come to USC, I'm coming to USC. And it wasn't very long. We went ahead and sat down together, and it was literally 3 or 4 days later that we talked and said, hey, this is the direction we want to go. And I thank Kliff for being here. I know he's going to do a great job for us. He's a tremendous football coach, and I've already seen the results and the excitement that he's created amongst our team, amongst our fan base, amongst recruiting, and myself. I mean, I'm really looking forward to seeing that system with these style of athletes.
And that will be his system. The offense here is essentially going to be Kliff's system.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay.
How similar to the Texas Tech scheme? Any changes? Because obviously you have different personnel here.
Yeah, the one thing that I was amazed by as we looked at it was how effectively the ball gets spread around to not only everybody thinks, it's a wide receiver happy offense, but really as you look at it and you break it down, he's had 1,500-yard rushers. He's had tight ends catch 106 balls. I mean, it's one of those systems that really spreads the ball around to a number of different players, running backs, not only rushing but catching the ball out of the backfield. It reminds you of some of the things that the NFL is doing right now, is going to. And I just felt like at this point in time, with the quarterbacks and the athletes that we have at wide receiver, at tight end, at running back, I just felt like, man, this is just a natural fit, and really felt that if we got this guy, you were winning the lottery, because I felt like he was the highest commodity out there, and we're very fortunate to have him, and I thank him for coming. I know he's going to do a great job.
Does that change the type of way you recruit offensively with the system?
No, that's where the fit came in. I mean, you look at today, we were able to sign 2 dynamic tight ends that are pass-catching tight ends as good as anywhere there is in the country. I mean, we were able to sign two receivers and a running back. That's, in my opinion, a home run hitter. So, we didn't have to change our philosophy as far as recruiting. It was go out and get the best athletes at the position, knowing that the system would fit them.
Now that you've got time to reflect and think about last season, what do you want to see different offensively?
For me, it's consistency on a game-to-game basis. We had, periods of brilliance, halves of brilliance, but overall, we have to be a more consistent football team, whether it comes from turnovers or penalties or assignments and production. And that's our goal going into next year. I know that we have the staff to get it done. I know we have the players to get it done, and now it's going to be going to work. As soon as we report back on January 7th, there's a lot of hard work to be done, and looking forward to it.
How much does the added
aspect? Talked about, kind of a change in culture that's needed, or the direction it's got to go. When you talk to these kids you're recruiting, what are you telling them about what maybe is going to change with the program and the direction that it's going?
Well, it will always be what I've always said: faith, family, and football. That's the philosophy I have always had, is to bring men of character, men of class, men of integrity, men that want to be excellent not only on the field but in the classroom, that have chosen a way of life, and that way of life is to be a Trojan and to be able to give your best effort at all times in everything that we do, and be accountable to that effort and that production and everything. It's hard to be a Trojan. It's different, and this is as we know, this is a tough job, but when you walk out of here, out of this university, you become the best version of yourself. You become the most valuable assets you can become, and that's the philosophy I'll always have.
How does that change going forward, do you think, in terms of, you know,
That philosophy is the way
in terms of how does it, you know, show itself the next year? If Lynn says there's going to be kind of a change in culture, how does that change?
I think the
happen?
change is the production on the field and the accountability to do the right thing on the field over and over again. I have some really good kids, Dan, some special student athletes that I'm very proud of. And like I said, I'm sorry that we lost some close games down the stretch, 4 of them by 7 points or less, and those kind of determine whether you have a good season or a bad season, is those close losses. But I'm going to say this, I have some really, really good kids and student athletes on this football team, and that will never change the way I feel about them. Now, it's my job, and I put the heat on myself and our coaching staff to be able to get them to produce and do the right things on the field on a consistent basis. That's why they put coach in front of your name. So at the end of the day, it'll be about us as coaches doing our job better, and making sure that we address those issues so that mistakes don't pop up and you don't lose close games. But as far as the men that are in that locker room and that are in that team meeting room, they are the best of the best. And they're my family, and I appreciate them. And I asked them just for a couple things. Be where you're supposed to be early, and give me your best dang effort. That's what Trojans do, and that's what they'll continue to do. Thank you, Dan.
Time for one more.
Clay, such a big part of what Kliff does offensively is the tempo, and how much do you think implementing that can add a little bit of an edge that maybe you were lacking this year?
Well, I think one, again, going back to that natural fit, us already have been a no-huddle offense and using some tempo from time to time, just felt natural. You know, we're not a huddle team. We're not, a multi-verbiage team. So to be able to include that in that, and just his tempo is faster than what we would go, because we would give the opportunity to check protections, which we'll still do from time to time, allow the quarterback to get us in the right play, which we'll still do from time to time. But his tempo is about hurry up and go. It gives the quarterback so many different options. You know, it's a 5-man progression, full field reads. That's why you see balls spread around to everybody. It includes being able to get into run game when you need to, and having the quarterback check to runs when there's advantage coverages. That's why you look up and have 1,500-yard rushers in his offense. You know, so the tempo is something that I think is faster, but it was a natural fit because we were already a no-huddle offense to begin with. Thank you for that question.
Okay.
All righty, guys. Thank y'all.